I had a comment on one of my videos asking me to do a video on embracing and accepting your flaws. And this is quite a this touches close to home for me, because I spent a lot of years being very insecure about myself. I spent a lot of my life being unsure, judging myself, hating myself, comparing myself to other girls and how much better they were than me, and I was ugly and I was this and that and all of those things. So I think that a lot of these self-judgments come from our peers, which in this group of peers I'm including the media, because the media forms a very intimate part of our personal lives. The people who are making the media, not so much, but us, we incorporate all the things that we see and that we hear into our lives, and we incorporate it into our self-definitions and our standards of beauty, and we make it so much a part of us that it starts being the standard that we judge ourselves by, and that we judge our relationships by, and our behavior and our thoughts and all of the things that we feel and do and say. So yes, we define ourselves throughout our lives, especially in our formative years, in our early years, by what we see and how we interact with the world and how the people around us behave, which again includes media. And I didn't fit that standard of beauty in my eyes. And that's the interesting thing, is that our judgments and our perceptions of ourselves are often so inaccurate. They're so flawed and so warped that even if someone does fit the stereotype of beauty, their relationship with themselves is more than likely going to be exactly the same as everyone else. So we're all walking through our lives, no matter what we look like, hating ourselves, because we were never really taught what it means to love ourselves. We were never really taught what it really means to develop a strong relationship with ourselves. So as an example, when I was in my early teens, I got stretch marks all over on my bum and on my upper thighs, and I had no idea why it happened, but it happened. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, OMFG, I am gonna die. No one can ever see me naked in my entire life ever, because I'm now officially ruined, and there must be something wrong with me to get this. Like, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening to me? And I'm now officially hideous. I will never be able to accept myself just on this one point. I mean, there were other points too, but this one point was like, yeah, it was like big for me. And I spent a lot of time hating on myself. I spent a lot of time shaming myself and thinking how I would never be as perfect and as beautiful, and my skin would never be as smooth as all of these girls that I see in magazines and in movies and things like that. And as I grew out of my teenage years, and now getting to a point in my life where I've done a lot of work on myself, and not just on my body. I don't mean it in that way. I mean, I've done a lot of work on how I see myself and what thoughts I will and will not participate in about myself. So if I start thinking about myself and going, I'm ugly, my stretch marks are this and that, and people shouldn't see me naked, and she's so much prettier than me. If I start participating in those thoughts, I remind myself, hold on, that's not what I want to create. This is the body that I have. The stretch marks happened. I can't undo them. I have to make peace. I have to make peace with what I look like Because if I keep trying to imitate this beauty ideal, the standard of beauty in our society, then I'm going to forever be chasing after it, because nothing is ever perfect. There is no good enough according to that standard. Even gorgeous women who are models hate themselves, and it's not a reflection on what they look like, it's a reflection on what we as a society collectively have created as our relationships with ourselves, and the standards that we all collectively agree to live by when it comes to appearance. And you know what? I may look this way, but that doesn't determine who I am. I am grateful for the body that I have, and I must honor my body so that it can support me to create the best possible life that I can, to live long, to have energy to do the things that I'm passionate about, to help me be an example, to help me show that we can be different, that we can live differently, that we can treat ourselves differently, we can see ourselves differently, and think about ourselves differently. So, yeah, essentially, I made peace, and that is an ongoing process of deliberately deciding what thoughts I'm gonna allow within me, because those thoughts lead to emotions, which leads to things like putting yourself down, feeling depressed, hating myself, things like that. And I don't want to go there, because it doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do anyone any good. It just makes me miserable. And you know what? It distracts me from the reality of everything that's happening in the world around me, because I'm so focused on me, and I'm all these terrible things. And I don't actually live. I don't actually contribute to society in a meaningful way. I'm just another one of these little robots flopping around, trying to be a perfect robot. And there is no such thing. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. So I hope that this video was clear for someone who's struggling with these issues. So if it wasn't, let me know, and I'll try to do better. All right, thanks for watching. You're going to see me next time.